2-time for the cha-cha gang. Give me the cha-cha gang. Rockin' with the best, cha-cha gang. Give me the cha-cha gang. I like it now, cha-cha gang. Give me the cha-cha gang. Watching my body, cha-cha gang.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the Cha-Cha Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Cha-Cha Album Review Series on the Cha-Cha Music Review Podcast with yours musically, Hafeestonova. Today, I'll be talking about the new album from Sarkodie, and this album is titled No Pressure. And I'll not be doing this alone. I have, a friend of mine in the house, and we are going to be doing this together. And without wasting much of your time, let me allow him to introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. I go by the name Krenbel, by my friends normally call me Krenbel De General. Today, I'll be with our host to be talking about an album review from Sarkodie in Ghana. I'm actually in Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
Oh, by the way, have you been to the army or you're planning to do the army? This one that they call you the general.
Okay, so let me chip in this. The general came from a stage play that we did somewhere in Africa. Actually, I did some kind of part-time acting way back in school. So when we're in school, that's the uni, we did a play somewhere in Africa, and I was playing the main character, Majid Michel, yes, Mombasa. So that was how come they added the general to my name.
That was a good one. Like I rightly said, today we'll be talking about Sarkodie news album, which is titled No Pressure. But before I go into that, let me just, quickly give a little info about the album so they can, get the gist. So the album contains 16 tracks, and it features the likes of Gigs, Wale, Vic Mensa, Cassper, Nyovest, Kwesi Arthur, Medikal, Darko Vibes, Benerl, Harmonize, Oxlade, Emoji Music, and Moelogo. Even though there is a bit of, conflict about credits not going to Moelogo and other, but we'll talk about that later. The producers that works on the album include Jojo Ferriena, we have Queso, we have Certified Bangers, we have Emoji, we have Beat Freaks, we have Rexy, we have KY, and we have Kublon. Those are the producers that worked on the album. And the album was released on the 30th of July, 2021. So let me ask you this. As a Ghanaian, how would you rate, Sarkodie as a rapper, general? Let's forget about his album for now. Just as a Ghanaian, do you see him as one of the top rappers in Africa or one of the top rappers in Ghana?
Sarkodie is someone, from my perspective, I think he has come far with his music career. He has been in the industry for over a decade now, and he has been really doing well. When it comes to rap, I think in Ghana here, they see him as the godfather when it comes to rap. And he has his own style. He's unique. He kind of blends his rap with English and then our local dialects. And it makes it stand out from the most. So with Sarkodie, I think he's very good when it comes to rap, undoubtedly. And then the ways he uses the words and the instrument he uses makes it have the feel of a Ghanaian culture. And he is an Ashanti. Yeah, he's an Ashanti. And so that's one of our local dialects. So he normally uses the Ashanti. And Ashanti's language, they kind of have so much proverbs. So that's what has really helped him. The proverbs and stuff, he doesn't go without it. And they are very heavy. When he throw a bullet with their words and then blend it with a touch of English, it goes a long way. So when it comes to rap here in Ghana, Sarkodie is doing marvelously, and he has won so many awards with his works. And one thing about him is he's kind of ladies' man, you see. So the ladies jump to his music, and then when it's time for them to follow his rap, I kind of mentioned that he uses the Ashanti language. So then that language, they kind of add some slur to it. So he's ladies' man. So all his songs, even though it's a rap, ladies don't like rap like that. But when it comes to Sarkodie, because of the way he is, how he sings it, and all these kind of things, they kind of follow. Yeah.
All right, Sarkodie is doing great there in Ghana. And I have to be honest, as a Nigerian, I won't lie to you, Sarkodie is one of my favorite rappers. For me personally, I feel like he's probably the best rapper out of Africa. So whenever he drops a project, I always, even though I, don't understand much of the language, but like you rightly said, is the Ashanti language with the the English language. And for me, I've always told people I feel like hip hop is not really about the language. In as much as you understand, the cadence, the patterns, the flows, and all that, then hip hop will always be hip hop. It doesn't matter what language you are spitting in. And like I said, when I saw that Sarkodie was releasing this new album, I was very, very much happy because I've been waiting a long time, for Sarkodie to actually drop something. And when I saw that, yes, an album was coming, I felt, okay, fine, something good is going to happen. And when I listened to the album, I was so excited. But let me hear from you. When you listened to the album, what was your take, on the album? What did you feel about the album?
The album No Pressure had so many people featured into it, and he was strategic to some extent that the kind of musicians that he had on that album were people who drag crowd. If I said, I mean people that inspire people when it comes to music. So when I heard the track, I was like, wow, this guy is up to something. Because if he's able to pull all these people featured in this album, that means he really won the numbers. And that's the best way to sell. If you are on a track, if you are on a project, you should involve people that would have impact in that project. And as in the music industry, if you don't have people that are being loved, are being followed, who have the numbers, you would put up a banger, all right, but then it wouldn't go nowhere. So when I heard the track and then I saw the people who got featured, I was like, wow. The likes of Wale and then all these Nigerians. I was like, so when you come to Ghana, it's like this. If you say you are going to launch an album, they sit down there and wait for who they see in the album before they can call it a banger. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes,
I do.
Yes, so I think Sarkodie followed that trend, and then he did more by not only limiting it to Ghana. So that means his target audience is not only Ghana, but then outside too. So I think he was so strategic enough that he blended both. And with this, let's hope that the album would go up there. And then we'll hear that Sarkodie's album, No Pressure, is being mentioned at the Grammy. So it's a very good album. He has done pretty well. So in a nutshell, Sarkodie's album, No Pressure, it's a good one. Yes.
All right. So like I already said, you kind of, took the where I was going to go to next. You took it right out of my mouth, talking about the features and the collaboration. And in as much as it was able to go, around, we have Harmonize from Kenya, we have Cassper from South Africa. You have Wale from, you can say, Nigeria and America. You have, what's his name, Oxlade. You have Kwesi Arthur. You have Medikal. It was able to go around. But I just have a feeling, I just have this thing like, why did Sarkodie really feature any, major Nigerian rapper on the album? I mean, the track titled Married to the Game that featured Hafeestonova, I wasn't expecting he was going to feature, maybe we have Ghana, we have South Africa, we have, one major hip-hop artist in Nigeria on that track, and they were just going to go bars for bars, spitting and all that, just the same way him and Hafeestonova did on that track. But all that aside, I mean, we had some couple of Nigerian singers on the album. We also have a Nigerian producer. Rex is the Nigerian producer, and he also worked on the album. So, yeah, I mean, it's all good. It's not as if there is, any beef or any fight going on. I'm just saying I would have loved more if there was a Nigerian rapper, although we could say, Wale kind of represents Nigeria and America together. So, yeah, I'll take that as a plus. But yeah, like you rightly said, one thing I like about the album, like you rightly spoke about, is the collaboration. I love the collaborations on the album. Everybody that collaborated on the album came through. I mean, it's a Sarkodie album, so I don't feel like you go there, you don't want to bring your A game, because definitely, like he used to call himself, Obi the Bomb Baby, is definitely going to bring, the fire and the desire for you to actually, do better. So yeah, the album is a very, very good album, like you've, rightly said. And let me just ask you this. So after listening to the album, what was the major thing that caught your attention in the album?
Okay, so the one that caught my attention was the one with Wale.
Okay,
obviously.
Fireworks.
Yes, that one. Oh my God, it's really nice. And then I like the rhythm, how it flows, and then how he came in and out. My God, like it's really nice. I actually, when I was listening to it, I was imagine myself dancing to the tune in a club. You know what I mean? Oh, so that one is so nice. Like I really, really enjoyed it. And the way and manner it flowed. You could the lyrics, the words, everything. I'm someone who doesn't want the situation where I'm listening to a song and then you kind of rattling with it, but then I'm not necessarily hearing what you are saying. You are flowing all right, but then no, I don't like. But then with this particular one, like it was there. Everything was coming like one after the other. You see, it was flowing and it makes sense. The tune, everything was nice with that one. So that was the one that caught my attention on the album. And then with your other question that which one didn't. So far, so good. Yeah, to be honest, none of them, like, is that bad. But the one that really caught my attention was the one with Wale. Yes.
Okay, and funny enough, the one with Wale is the one that, should I say, caused a little bit of controversy on Twitter, or is caused because I don't know if they resolved the whole issue, because the hooks of that song was actually taken by Moelogo, which is a Nigerian UK artist, and the credit was not given on the album. So they had a bit of an issue of like you said, the song is a very good song. So I feel like a lot of people were feeling the song, and there was this question about for those that didn't really know, who took the chorus, because everybody was trying to get to know who was on the song, and the song only sings featuring Wale, and it had a lot of controversy. But that aside, like you rightly said, the song is a dope song. The song is one of the best songs on the album. And for me, like I rightly mentioned earlier, the song titled "Married to the Game," which features Cassper, that has to be my own best song on the album, because I love. I'm a huge fan of rap, and I love when rappers goes back and forth, and they just do their thing, and I love the fact where Sarkodie said he was going to rap until he gets to 80, and Hafeestonova came, and Hafeestonova came in and he said Sark just said he was going to rap until 80. But he is going to rap until his son gives birth to his son, and his son, I'm like, dude, man, what are you saying? I love that song. Another song that I love on the album was actually a song that came out, before the album. That's talking about the one featuring Kwesi Arthur, Coachella.
Yeah.
I actually never knew, that Kwesi Arthur could actually, I've been paying attention to I've been listening to his vibe, but I didn't know he was that good until I heard him on that song. I'm like, damn, this dude is good. So the album is a really, really, dope album. I wanted to do this, with a Ghanaian because, like I rightly said, I really do not understand much of the language. And for me, again, I've always said it, for me, rap or music in general is not really about the language. A good music will always be good music. It doesn't matter what language is being, sung in, but it always make more sense to whoever is listening when you can now finally understand, what is saying. So let me just put it like this. Did Sarkodie make sense in your language in whatever flows it was dropping?
Like I rightly said, mostly he normally uses our language, but then not like specifically all the languages. He kind of always concentrates on Ashanti, and his style is his own style of promoting where he comes from. which is Ashanti region. That's part of Ghana. So most of the words that he used in this particular album, it really made sense. But then what wasn't going too well with me was the words he uses sometimes. You have to think before you can put me in. I told you earlier on that with the Ashanti language, there are more like proverbs. Yes. So the style he used was you have to think well before you would understand what he did. So it's not something that when you hear then you just understand. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say.
I get your point. Yes. So it's more of a deeper word.
Sure. But then for me, I think if you are to do a song for people to enjoy, people to like it shouldn't be too hard to understand. Someone shouldn't take a second thought about a word before the person can understand. In as much as you want to be dramatic, you want to, yes, it happens. Like people do it in their music and it's fun. But then it was going too deep to the extent that you have to pause and then you go like, what did this guy mean? Like they didn't mean this, they didn't mean. So if you're not careful, you give different meaning to something that like he said, which doesn't mean what you were thinking. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I do. Yes. I don't understand you.
So it made sense all right, but the only problem I had with it when he was using a deeper proverbs that you need to take a second thought about it before you would understand what he was trying to say.
Okay, so like you rightly said, everything is said in his language, in your language, in Ashanti language makes a lot of sense. So much sense that they were even deeper. They were not just something you could scratch on the surface. It's safe to say that Sarkodie actually went hardcore on this album rather than just being plain. He went deep on the album, right?
Yeah, he did. He went all out for this particular album because we know Sarkodie. He has been launching albums, but then with this one, the style, the level, the pressure he had on us, I was like, yo, my guy, this one is not our time. You are taking us to another level. So all in all, he did well. Yeah.
All right. So let's say you are to rate the album an over 10. What will your rating be?
Wow. Do you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because with Sarkodie, I don't know if I should do plus 10. Plus 10, it will be plus 10 because with Sarkodie, with this particular, especially with this particular album, I'll give him 10. Yeah, but if you allow me, I'll give him plus 10.
So it's going to be a 10 over 10 album. So you are saying it's an album that in the next 2-3 years you still listening to it and you still feel, wow, this guy did absolutely well on this album.
Sure. He did pretty well on it.
Really, like you rightly said, if you had your way, you would have given the album a plus 10. So it means if you're a fan of rap, then this is an album that you should definitely listen to and pay attention to. Sarkodie came through on this one. And trust me, there is actually no pressure listening to this album. Every song on the album will put you in a good mood and in a good vibes. Once again, The General, thank you very much for being here. And I hope we can get to do this, some other time.
Sure. Thanks for having me. It's been fun. Yes, I've also learned a lot from you. This is my first time doing this though, and it's nice. It's fun. Yeah. So I'm hoping to come here more often, and then let's have a convoys. And then also use this opportunity to say hello to all my Nigerian friends, especially Fatiha Bubu. Yeah. It's so nice having her as a friend, and then also Oyinka and all. I have a whole lot of friends there. I'm hoping to come to Nigeria one day and I'll look for you. And take me to all the big rap guys.
No problem. We're cool. Whenever you come, just let me know. We have you. We got you.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. All right. So how do we say, thank you very much in your language?
Okay, so you just repeat after me. If I say it once, it will be maybe hard for you.
Okay.
Meda moase.
Meda moase.
That is it. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to drop No Pressure Part 2 with my own Ghanaian that I learned.
Hey, can't wait to. So it's as easy as Medamwase. Yeah.
Medamwase. Thank you very much. With that, I have come to the end of another episode of the Chacha Album Review series on the Chacha Music Review podcast, which is now being brought to you by Absolute Tap Media, your number one online media and digital marketing agency. Till I come here with another episode, my name remains Hafeestonova, aka your musical plug, creator of the Energy Force. Peace out.
Time for the Cha-Cha gang. Give me the Cha-Cha gang. Rockin' with the best, Cha-Cha gang. Give me the Cha-Cha gang. Alaila with Cha-Cha gang. Give me the Cha-Cha gang. What's in my body, Cha-Cha gang. Give me the Cha-Cha gang. Cha-Cha gang. What's in my body?